Hello, my name is Nevis and I'm going to attempt to answer a query by one of my colleagues in the Learn to Blend and Flip with Technology online course provided at the WizIq platform. So this is the page where the question is at. I'm going to go down until I find the question. This is the course feed. I'm going down the course feed, and every now and again there's a topic and a thread. So I'm going down to find the topic with the actual thread and the question, and here it is. It's posed by Tom, and the question is, where does the information come from and how do I share materials with others? Here he goes through explaining how when we have a look at our content in WizIq, we actually find a folder or a subfolder called Shared with Me. And this subfolder, we can take this information, use it in our classes, our online classes, or we can download it, have a look at it. It's been provided for by other instructors or students or colleagues that have provided this information for public use within the WizIq platform structure. So now I'm going to go upwards into the content library and have a look. So first of all, I need to get away from here because, as you can see, this has everything to do with the course but nothing to do with my content. So I'm going to go home to my home page and access the content that I have access to. Some of the content will be the content that I've uploaded for my own classes, or content that I've uploaded for sharing with my colleagues in courses such as the Learn to Blend and Flip with Technology course, or other courses provided on the WizIq Education Online platform. As I wait for my slow internet connection to go to my home page, here we are on the home page. As you can see, I've got updates in the middle, schedule activities, details of how to create a course or a class or a test, upload content. I'm going to go over here to the left hand side, and you can see here I've got the content library. So I'm just going to click on that, open the content library, and here we go. Now, I've showed you in my first video how to create these folders. Okay, so now this is basically part 2 of my content library. And here we can see the shared with me, embedded content, uploaded content, and favorite content. Now if I just open the favorite content, what does that mean, the favorite content? The favorite content is when I've seen a presentation by someone that's maybe in my updates, or it's within one of the courses. It means that I can actually click on it or press a little star on it, and let me show you. I'll open one up and hopefully I'll be able to show you. And here it is. So when you actually view a document that's been uploaded, it can be a PPT, a PDF, even a video, an MP4, MP3, whatever, a Word document. Basically, when it's been shared with you, you will have the ability to actually add it to your favorites by just clicking up here. Now this is, here it comes up now, it's going, this is actually an MP4 presentation, so I'm just going to pause it, there we go, otherwise, and so all I've done is clicked add to my favorites, so that's why I found it in my favorites. and this is where I can share it again if I want to, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to go back to the content. Here we are back in the content library. So I'm going to answer the shared with me question that Tom just made in the thread in the Learn to Blend and Flip with Technology, run by Dr. Nellie Deutsch. Mustn't forget that one. So I'm going to click on Shared with Me. As you can see, I've got something like 915 documents. Going to be very hard now to filter with these. Now the problem with the Shared with Me documents, the fact is that I cannot label these as I can do with my own content, uploaded content. So here the only way I can filter it is by type of document, type of material that's been uploaded, or if I remember something like a name about that content, I can search for it, because 915 documents is quite a number of documents. So anyway, so these are the documents that were. How did these documents get here? These documents arrived, and this is the recent one that just arrived a few hours ago, 21 hours ago actually. There, I'm just going to open it and show you. This was the presentation that was used last night by Jennifer Lebedev in the webinar hosted by Jason R. Levine. Now basically, every time we go into a course, any material used in that course may be made available freely to all the participants. So what happens is, when that's made available, it's not only present in the courseware or course schedule, but it is also automatically uploaded or created. A link is created into our own Shared with Me content. So that's where that Shared with Me content comes from originally. It can also come from something else, which we'll have a look at now. So I'm going to go back to the content library. So I'm just going to reiterate, here we are back in the content library, my content, and the Shared with Me folder. Now the Shared with Me, these 915 documents are all items that have been shared with me, one, through a course that I've participated in, or two, by a colleague that has specifically requested to share it with me, and maybe one or two others, but it will be in my Shared with Me content. Now I'm going to show you how you can share your own content. So I'm going to go to my own uploaded content, which I have 206 files. I'm going to start with, I'm going to go and have a look at one of the files that I created for a presentation or an assignment. So I'm going to go click on Assignments for Nevis. I'm going to click on Why Teach Online. As you can see, the difference between the shared document, the Shared with Me content, and my own content, here I can actually edit it, remove it from the list, add it in a course, or move it into a particular folder. As you can see, I've already got it in a folder. It's under Assignments for Nevis, but I can actually move it to another folder if I decide, as I've shown you before. So let's go and have a look at how I can actually share this with my colleagues, and it's really easy. Once it opens up, here we go. At the top on the left hand side, you'll see a few things, a few items. One is Share, Embed and Flag. Okay, so this is my presentation. It's a total of 9 pages on a PPT. I want to share it, so I'm going to click on Share, and what happens is this: the minute I click on Share, immediately all the contacts that I have under my WizIq contacts, the actual contacts that I have added to my contact list, will show up here. So these are the contacts so far that I have, and if I open it up, you'll see I can only share from my contacts because I haven't created any particular lists. I can select all of them by doing this, and all of a sudden I've selected the 18 invitees, the 18 contacts. I can select none, or I can actually invite by entering an email address. So I can enter an email address in here. I'm just going to put my own email address if I can find it. There we go. And .com. Now then I can also add a message. So I can either leave it as it is, invitation to view a tutorial on WizIq. There's already an automatic message. I shared a tutorial with you on WizIq. I thought that you might like this online tutorial on WizIq, and then all I have to do is click on share content. I'm not going to share it with myself, so let me go back and just might remove that and just go back and into my WizIq contacts. I may share it with, let's see if I actually have, okay, I'm going to share it with Dr. Nellie, and I'm going to actually just say to Dr. Nellie, this is part of my video tutorial explanation. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Nevis. Okay. And click on share content. As you can see, I've shared it with Dr. Nellie. Now all of a sudden she'll get a message to show that that's come through, or she'll just find it in her shared content. And she must have a lot more than I do, for sure. But anyway, that's fairly simple, I think. So if there are any questions, please let me know. Here I am back to the original question. So I'm just going to write a note to say, hi Tom, I have prepared a video tutorial and will be posting the YouTube link shortly. And that's it. Sorry, I have prepared a video tutorial in answer to your question. Plural, because they were two. Post. And that's that. I'll go home to my home page, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you for listening.